You know what happened yesterday, folks? Alan Specter, is that his name, Specter? Alan, senator from Pennsylvania, left the Republican Party. I really never, I mean, I knew he was a Republican in party, but I mean, I never really thought he was a Republican in many ways when I used to watch anyways. But anyways, he left the Republican Party. He went over to the Democratic Party. This is just totally unbelievable. And I'm sure you must have heard some of his comments about why he left why he went over to become a Democrat. I mean, what was it that Laura Ingraham and Sean Hannity was calling, and Rush Limbaugh called him on their radio shows today? Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold. Well, folks. Hey, if you happen to be watching this in Pennsylvania, you know, I hope you're as upset as I am. He says, Specter says he didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left him. Can you figure that out, Mike? The Republican Party left him. That we're nothing but we're being controlled by a bunch of right-wing radicals. Mr. Specter, apparently you haven't been watching the Democratic Party with MoveOn.org and Code Pink and the rest of those nitwits that want to just do away with our country, that hate everything about our country. I think these right-wing nitwits that you're calling people like me, okay, love our country. We love our military. We love everything about this country. That's why when I do my show, I have an American flag right here behind me, Mr. Specter, okay? It's because I love this country and I love this flag, right? But if you want to call me a right-wing wacko, I'll proudly wear that on my lapel, all right? Because if I'm a right-wing, one of those right-wing wackos that, because I believe in marriage between a man and a woman, by all means, sir, label me that. That's what I am. I'm a right-wing nut. I'm a right-wing conspirator. I'm a right-wing whatever. If that means that I am against abortion, then please, sir, I'll wear that on my lapel with proudly, because I am against abortion. I believe, Mr. Spectrum, I believe that birth starts at conception. It doesn't wait a couple of weeks. You know, it doesn't just move around somewhere in there, do whatever it has to do before it becomes a life. You started a life. That's when it becomes. And Mr. Specter, I don't believe that at the third month of a pregnancy that you can have an abortion. I don't believe at the 7th month you can have it. I don't believe you can have the morning after pill that they're now letting 17-year-old kids take over the counter without parents' permissions. If I'm against that, and if you can proudly label me a right-wing nut, okay, and you can run over to the other side of the party, the other side of that party, which is the Democratic Party, okay, and get in bed with them, the people that want to allow people to have abortions right up until before they give birth. And even if the baby's alive, Mr. Specter, even if the baby's alive, there are some of those doctors that you're now going to be supporting and trying to get funding for and everything else that'll just say, well, just let it die. A living, breathing thing. Let me tell you something, Mr. Specter, if you're watching the show, which I probably doubt that you will, but if anybody knows him and you see the show, make a tape of it, show it to him, or tell him how to get onto YouTube and watch it, okay? Because, Mr. Specter, I'm the godfather of a 35-year-old young lady, beautiful young lady, who was born 7 months. My sister carried 4 kids, and she had a miscarriage of 4, but the 5th one, she was able to carry it until it was born 7 months premature. I'm sorry, it was born at 7 months, right? Only a very, very little thing. Could come home from the hospital for a long time. Then it finally did, and I became its godfather. Right? And now it's almost a 40-year-old, 35-year-old kid, right, and a mother. She's got a great job. She lives in Texas. And you're going to mean to tell me, Mr. Specter, your now new party, your new friends, that at 7 months, if my sister had had an abortion, that wouldn't have been murder? You know, Mr. Spector, I don't understand you. I'm glad you're gone, because I'm a proud conservative Democrat, very Republican rather. I'm a very proud conservative Republican. And I'm not afraid to admit that I love my country, that I fear God, that I believe abortion is wrong, that I believe marriage is between a man and a woman. Okay? And I'm also proud to say that as a Republican, a very conservative Republican, in fact, I'm so conservative I'd make Newt Gingrich and Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh all at once look like liberals. All right? I believe that the things that George Bush did to make this country safer was the right thing to do. And Mr. Spector, if you're going to go to the other party and you're going to want to start to have these trials, you're going to want to start to do all this other stuff that they're going to be wanting to do to try and have people put in jail, lawyers that they're only I guess sin, maybe. I guess as you Democrats would call it sin, whatever you may call it, was the fact that they kept our country safe. These lawyers looked at the law and said that, yeah, you can do this, you can't do that. Okay? And when Nancy Pelosi and the rest of them sat in on there, and now they're claiming that they didn't. Mr. Spector, is that the party you want to go to? The party that all they ever do is whine and cry about this country. The man now that's the President of the United States, the man in your party, Mr. Spector, the man in your party, okay, is going around this world apologizing. We don't apologize for nobody, Mr. Senator. And I hope you get defeated this year. And the only reason that because Mr. Spector, you don't live on your morals. You don't practice your morals. Because you put out the feeler with your posters. Your posters said that you were going to lose to your challenger this year. So the best thing for you, it was never about us, was it, Mr. Spector? It was never about the American people of this great country, was it? It was all about what was best for you. In 2004, George Bush went there and campaigned for you. And now look what you've done. Republicans went out there and voted for you. And now look what you've done. You've left the party. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. Because we really never needed you anyways. You're going to go there. You're not going to vote your convictions. You're not going to vote principles. You're not going to stand on your principles, Senator, because you have none. When you can do something like that, what you've done, you have no principles. You're a disgrace, sir. You're a disgrace. And I'm proud to say it. And I hope that you get defeated. I hope that the party that just took you and is hugging and kissing and doing all kinds of things with you now has challenges and they beat you. I hope that they do. You're a disgrace, sir. A disgrace.